What's good? It's Chigozie. So, right now, they're just coming out saying that Donald Trump will call Jerusalem Israel's capital on Wednesday. And I'm letting you know that it's all by the numbers. It's all a bunch of theatrical performances. They update this revelation at 9:04. Revelation 49. Donald Trump, the 44th king of Israel. That's why he's the 44th person to be president.
It's a city like any other. People
Bringing in the messianic
But
agenda.
Jerusalem's old
Oh
city.
shit, it's just propaganda. By the numbers. This is why their video for Jerusalem is 3 minutes and 2 seconds long. Jerusalem sums to 32. What's up, Cliff? How's it going, man? I'm really glad you can make it. Hell yeah, man. I was even thinking, I was like, I haven't streamed in a while. I hope Clifford gets in on this one. And so glad to see you drop in. We'll get back to the Donald Trump propaganda and really get to anything anyone wants. But look at this example. They have Ashanti Davis, this black girl, very well ritualistically sacrificed, used for propaganda because of her name, or a complete phony story, or anything in between. But besides the fact that they updated this sacrificial, she killed herself, that's the narrative, propaganda, at 3:14, pi 3.14. Besides that, her name, Ashanti, you can just copy this, Control C, go to Matrinator. You can even prime it and just type in the word nigger, and then you can just paste her name and see how you get the same numbers. Look at that, 3042. This is called Zionist Jew tyranny with a Masonic twist. But, twist, doesn't even begin to explain the magnitude of the Masonic influence.
Tonight.
Because that's what the Zionist Jews do. They use the Freemasons, they use Masonry to proxy their doctrine, their agenda, to carry it out. And who do the Freemasons employ? The police officers.
Paul Manafort and Rick Gates remain under house arrest with GPS monitoring. The judge determined today their financial disclosures.
So, now let's look more at this. I think this is pretty important. This is really foreshadowing. I mean, they've already been foreshadowing this. If they're going to do it tomorrow, Wednesday, is when Donald Trump's going to name Jerusalem the capital of Israel. What's up, Oshaye? Post about the philosopher Albert Camus. Nice. Dying 44 weeks before his 47th birthday. This is great. This will prime us into what we're about to get into with Donald Trump and the theatrical stunt he's about to pull tomorrow. So 44 weeks before his 47th birthday, dying in a car crash caused by his publisher. Exactly. Who's his publisher? The Zionist Jews. Kill 44, Foundation 47, Framework 47. Freemasons compass at 47 degrees, very special number to Freemasonry. Always dying with 44. So Donald Trump, born June 14th. Anyone new here, I hope you see the pattern now. You always start from the actor's birthday, and then you go to the event. So you can just click today, because that's when it is. And guess what? Of course, it is not a coincidence by any stretch of any sort of imagination that on 12/6, Mr. 45, the Saturnian actor Donald Trump, is doing this. Absolutely no way it's a coincidence. Look at this shit. Of course he is. Of course he is. Ritual 45. You know, just incredible. 175 days. Oh my God, exactly 25 weeks. Oh my God. Of course he's gonna do this. Like, do you understand how coded this bullshit propaganda is? This is why you can, like, the people, because people even left comments elsewhere, and I've seen this mentality just through people's eyes and shit, and it makes sense. People, well, it doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. People worry about what they'll be thought about, what their friends, family will think, and what's not. How can you worry about that shit with examples like these? This is why I tell anyone and everyone, because I'm like, you can't tell me I'm wrong and crazy when Mr. 45 on 12/6, exactly 25 weeks from his birthday, is putting off this very symbolic event. Further bringing their agenda, Agenda 32. Jerusalem, America. A Jerusalem and America, both Sunday 32, coming together now. The American president. Why do you think the American president gets to name the capital, officially recognize it? Why do you think it's so symbolic? If Israel's its own country, its own sovereign, it's not. It's just the haven for these Zionist Jews. It's where they chill and hang out and laugh at you while you work for them by the numbers. They do everything by the numbers. That's why. I mean, look, in this quote, they put days of rage. 47, 52. Trump, 25, 47. Oh my goodness. Wow. Live stream just started, and just look at what we've already found. It's incredible. That 44 weeks was 308 days, death, killing, murder. Yeah, that's super in your face. That's one of those examples you can't forget. The news about Trump saying he was going to announce it came out 29 days after the anniversary of the Balfour Declaration. The piece of propaganda, the document that created Israel. What's up, Zach? Yeah, it only takes just moments to see. Just absolute moments. 25 weeks exactly this is happening. Talking about grouping the Goyim to 2,800 slaves per Jew. This is what this government is openly saying. So why would you trust or believe anything from them? But there's plenty more nonsense to see. We can even look at NPR. I know some people want to see how it's all coded. Every time we go here, they have by the numbers propaganda. Risking backlash, Trump plans to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. You know, then at 9, 49, really special number. If you multiply any number by 9, its numerology reduces to 9. 45 reducing to 9, sun, Islam, all that. Sometimes they have a video, and that's what I like about CNN. They have their video always. It's just so by the numbers. So much easier to see the crazy shit they talk about. Thanks a lot, Zach. You too, man. I really can't wait for the book. It's gonna be really great. Once we're all armed with the book, I can't stress it enough. I just think it's over. How can someone see this type of coding and then the book presents it all? And then we have these examples. The book will talk a lot about Donald Trump in 25, and then you say, okay, then why 25 weeks exactly from his birthday, he's doing this very important symbolic thing, calling Israel. That's like a big thing in the narrative, In reality, it's just the Jewish Zionists putting on a play by the numbers. Zionism 39, Federal 39, Masonry 39. So their propaganda gets updated at 1239.
More than 600,000 Rohingya Muslims.
The 39 books of the Old Testament. That's what Revelation's based off. 233, the 51st prime, the 13th Fibonacci number, Conspiracy 51, Federal 51, Freemason 51, Zionism 51. All about the 13, Grand Illuminati. I mean, just putting it right there. Branding it just like that. And then the island is about 30,000 hectares, about 74,000 acres. Like, anyone new here, I do take this seriously. Just my laughing is just once you see enough of this. I mean, we saw what they updated it at. We saw the length of the video, and then look, Masonic 74, Jewish 74. People, lazy is, like, on top of it, their brains are just, like, so lazy. That their brains can't even, that's why I call them retarded. You have to be retarded to honestly, like, not even put the brain effort to see how this is all coded with these same numbers. You can't think, like just think about it. Your news that's supposed to report all sorts of events around the world. Why are they all by these same exact numbers? These same exact little handful of numbers? I mean, to me, it looks like fake news. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Just a bunch of 174 days after his birthday. Oh, I'll look at that again. Yeah, 175 days. Including the end days, 176. But, that 522, been seeing them putting a lot on Donald Trump as well. With the Western Wall incident. Oh, man. Isn't that when he did the whole thing at 5/22? And then now he's going back with the naming. Yeah, exactly, Clifford. All this, December 5th in the United States. Okay. Yeah, I calculated this. The CNN, it said he's gonna do it on Wednesday. That's why I went off. But yeah, from the December 5th, from when they come out and start propagandizing it, 174 days. New World Order, 174. Bringing in their New World Order with this act, with this ritual. And even though you count the end date, you still get, I mean, that's the thing, it's still exactly what we had. So, this is how they code it. They code in the span and without. And anyone who dropped in a little later after I showed this, Ashanti, 4230 like nigger, talking about, oh yeah, she's a 5th grader. If you're at 5, you get 42. Oh, no problem, Zach. Yeah, they're always switching it up too. Guys, this CNN propaganda, any worldwide media, this is how they always do it. They just like to, like, if this was really professional journalism, they wouldn't give you this date over this date this time. They would be more consistent with how they quote things, more consistent with how they do things. I've shown so many times how it's just completely unprofessional journalism. So if we live in a world where if you're not professional, you're gonna lose your job real fast. And, that's the world we live in. You gotta always be professional on top. They're always dressing fine and everything. So why are they not acting like that? Because it's not journalism. It's not news. That is the absolute correct answer. That's why I don't have to be like that. It's a bunch of bullshit propaganda meant to mock the retarded people who cannot see through it. That is all it is. To shove them down the path of agenda. Matt Lauer and his fake news propaganda. All these actors participating in this, men doing the sexual assault thing. That's all a bunch of fake crap, making you think that men are all tyrants trying to sexually harass people, putting the men out of power, putting more women in place. I mean, Zach put a great video out about it. Excuse me. Just further feminizing the men. That's why we have Anderson Cooper here leading the way with that agenda too. So I'm gonna go to my blog. I have a bunch of blog posts, I've made, but I haven't made videos on, so this might be a good time to just peruse through them. This was part of the video that I was making on Ohio, and I kind of, let's get to this. The Q, this is where Quick Arena is. This is where the Cavaliers play. So the Cavaliers play in an arena with a big Q as their logo. The nickname is the Q, and it's the 17th letter. In Ohio, the 17th state. And then the arena opened on a concert with Billy Joe on October 17th, 1994. Buckeye 117. The NBA season, this season started on October 17th with NBA, or with the Cavs versus the Celtics with their 17 championships, if I'm recalling this correctly. And, it was the 290th day of the year, Ohio 29. Remember how Indiana's Gematria and the date numerology, the stadium match? AT&T's, I did that. I think it does too, not with Indiana, but wherever it's from. All going to the Jesuit order. They sum to 153, the 17th triangular number. Columbus, Ohio, the Key of David have the same gematria. I mean, it's stuff like this is how you just know they're all about the Key of David. Ohio always participating in Key of David rituals, coding those numbers, that sequence everywhere. Key of David's in Revelation, the 27th book in the New Testament. Ohio, all about 27. So then the capital city, with the state name, you get this pattern. Absolutely uncoincidental by all accounts. So I already have a video on this one. Although this would be a good time to show. Wait, get this. I think they say they're going to have another Unite the Right rally in Virginia. We're going to have to find out when that is and check out the numerology. But, we'll get back to this. I've been really trying to read a lot more, learn a lot more, find more good examples. It's just a matter of consolidating them all in my head, I think with time. But, that's why the things like Trump doing this 25 weeks from his birthday, that's just perfect. Stuff like that you just can't forget. Yeah, that's the thing. It's at the end of the day, it's just so much coded. And that's the thing, like, if I forget things or anything, it's like, it's always going to be there. The coding example is always going to be there. And I think we go back hundreds of years and find just crazy coded examples. So it's just all about just actually just doing it. That's the thing. If you can make all the mistakes, you can forget all the shit, and, it's not that good, but you're trying to teach. But yeah, at the end of the day, my goal is to get people to apply this knowledge and see. Israel 44:37, Revelation 3:7, talking about the key of David. This is wildfire propaganda in LA. L is the 12th letter, A is the first, 121, like Revelation. Kill 44, Thelema, Israel's. Just. People. This is called the fire department mocking you, putting on fires on purpose by the numbers, and then just posing, either doing stage photos, just being, yeah, fuck it, This is what your tax dollars go to. Yes, you pay for destruction and then rebuilding. And then who profits off the rebuilding? The investors. Who are the investors? The Zionist Jews. Yes, of course, not only the Zionist Jews are investing, but all of them are investing. And that's all they're doing. That's why they'll invest money, as in they'll put on false flag propaganda in places to lose tourism. It'll lose money at the end of the day, as some people will claim. But that's called investing money. You're investing in what do you get in return? Fear. And what does that fear sell? More of so much. To buy more products, to not for this. Spend more time to do that. Be more easily controlled to do that. Be led down the agenda. Netflix star out amid rape allegations. Updated at 3:44. 443, the 86 prime, symbol 86. Getting 8-6, blood sacrifice
Several popular
86.
shows and films
Danny
have
Masterson off the ranch amid rape allegations. Okay. Can someone how can you possibly think any of this propaganda is real? Yeah, look at the trees burning. That's the thing. How can Clifford Eberhard is not an arson inspector? He's not trained by the fire department to check fires. At least as far as my knowledge. But then you have all these arson professionals who will watch and read this bullshit propaganda and not even see how the trees is burning from the inside out in the wrong way, looking deliberate. I'm pretty sure any idiot who knows a bit about how fires are started would be able to see really these fires that your federal government puts on and see how they're not natural. I remember one they blamed one in some teens, lighting a cigarette or something. No, the Freemasons lighting a fucking cigarette. The Ranch 139, like Freemasonry. The Ranch 77. The Ranch, that's where the Washington D.C. headquarters are. That's probably what they call themselves. Might be a little inside joke, but anyway. 41 the 13th prime. I mean, this is a 3-minute, 33-second video. It's mind-boggling. Is that 213 seconds? Death 213? Oh, man. Like, this stuff is so coded. That's why it always dries my mouth out. There's just so much to fucking talk about. Not only is the only threes, and then they have to get the 213 there. Oh yeah, good call, Clifford. Staging these fires so they can get rid of all the cannabis. Guys, if a lot of these people smoked bud, they might actually be able to see through some lies. I'm not saying that everyone who smokes weed do. Definitely not true. Or will it work? But it definitely makes people less susceptible to their agenda, at least more so than it would now. Opening your mind. Making you not give a shit about their nonsense, their mainstream. I mean, again, doesn't apply to everyone, but it's definitely a good number of people. And just this gang's all about control. They're gonna control whatever they can. So controlling marijuana, I mean, to me, it's no surprise at all. Weed's illegal, and they're trying to burn it out away. Only 29% of Americans approve GOP tax plan. Trump 29. Ritual 81. Mr. 45 in the middle of this. Ritual 45. 53, the 16th prime. Illuminati 150. Quinnipiac poll. Like, this is called a coded name. So the Freemasons, they code everything with the numbers 59 and 58. Freemasonry, some of these numbers. If this is your first time ever seeing Gematria, and you might think, oh, well, it's just, coincidence. That, how can that happen all the time? I would say apply this knowledge, and you'll see that every time you decode the propaganda. And it's to the point now where I'm just like, I'm honestly sick of seeing it. Do you understand how the Freemasons run this? We just had the Quinnipiac with the Freemasonry numbers. So why did they survey 1,508 voters? Why not just say surveyed around 1,500? Why not say surveyed 50? Why this specific number? And why don't I have to erase this and type something else? Why do I have to just leave up Freemasonry and we get 158? every time I either stream or record, I always fulfill my goal, showing extremely concrete examples of how the Freemasons are employing the practice of Gematria using Kabbalah to code their propaganda. So Gematria for you. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. Really do. Yeah, Trump 29. Just so in your face is just ridiculous. If something happens, coincidence doesn't even, it's not even the word to even use. They should be using some other word to deny. I've even told some of these people, like, how is this a coincidence? It doesn't even meet the definition, really. But yeah, please, anyone, if you want to watch a great video, check out my Ohio State University video. Anything I do about Ohio is great just because it is so coded. It's because Ohio does everything by the three numbers, 29, 36, and 117. And of course, they'll lace in the numbers of Ohio and time, which are the same numbers. But because of that, any kind of research you do in Ohio just comes out just looking so fresh and clean. It's like a cheat code. If you want to do Gematria and just make it look like it's like the fucking, the best finds ever, just do Ohio propaganda. And stick with those three numbers. McDonald's. McDonald's to roll out the $1, $2, $3 conspiracy 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's just this type of shit. You don't have to know what the numbers mean. It's just, how is it not by the numbers propaganda doing that type of nonsense? Professional journalism. Oh my god. It is a conspiracy. That is McDonald's. McDonald's 85. Guess what's the reflection of 85? Federal government 85. Guess what else runs one of these? Burger King 58. Full reduction. 59, like Freemasonry, 158. Didn't I say we'll see these again? When you eat at Burger King, you're just eating a bunch of Masonic meals. Zionist 112, Circle 112, 1 plus 2 is 3, you don't reduce 11, that's 113. Pairing 113 with 123. I already talked about this. Dishonest, green screen, mainstream 113, conspiracy 123, geometry 108, enlightened 194. Oh man. Was poison. Guys, I mean, look at their logo. It's a 13. I mean, I think that's like one of the introductory things people know. The McDonald's logo, twisted sideways, tilted on its side is a 13. The Illuminati, of course, because that is who runs it. Of course, they're gonna brand it. Why would they not? What's up, Zenith? BK 211, yeah, the 47 Prime. Masonic Meal 74. BK and the M, the 13 letter 26. Oh, nice. BK and McDonald's. Mason 26. Guys, I call this your federal government trying their absolute best to let you know that they are running it all by the numbers. Like, they try to tell you. And then I'm trying to help them tell you. I mean, I'm doing them a favor in that sense. But they understand that they program the masses to the point where it just doesn't matter. But you know, I'm not giving up at that. I'm just gonna keep exposing them until I run out of examples. And guess what? I'll never run out of examples. Because there's literally millions. What's streaming in December? I want to see whether well, before we get into this, I think it goes without saying, they updated this at 1:39. The number for Freemasonry, the number for Jerusalem, the number for America, 2 of their owned lands, the number for the Bavarian Illuminati. And now, here are some of these. I'm going to look at this later. You know, Donald Trump and the propaganda update at 7:49, Revelation 49. So, we're going to see what the Freemasons are streaming in December. I was trying to find an ongoing theme. December is a month for sacrifice and death. A lot of celebrities die this month. December equals 55, they sacrifice. So, I want to see if it's any kind of... This is what they're trying to say. You know, there's 30 photos. You know, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I just want to see whatever... Hey, what's up, Brandon? James Huberty from Ohio used to love eating McDonald's and was a Jesuit. You know, that's the thing. It's always just such a good point. Pictures of all these presidents, like Bill Clinton, Trump, all these celebrities, all these Jesuits, Freemasons. What do? We see them all eating at McDonald's. We see McDonald's everywhere. They make sure to make McDonald's just the biggest, most baddest thing. It's because it's them wanting you to eat their trash. I mean, I don't think I should really even have to explain that. I mean, it's a bunch of Zionist Jews wanting to get their money, wanting to poison you with their food. Voyeur, they had this in big, like, you know, Netflix, they have the big main fucking display carousel thing. Jumbotron is probably the correct term. But they had that. I was like, why are they promoting this? Well, Killing 34, 29, Prophecy 29-106. So, on Netflix, the big thing with the prophecy numbers is there. Yeah, Canton, the Football Hall of Fame there, a big football town. Yeah, that Clinton and McDonald's photo op. It's just like that type of shit. It's like, come on. The San Cedar McDonald's massacre. Because we all know these things from history. I mean, if you've read up in history or whatever, so McDonald's, like, why doesn't White Castle have all these? I thought White Castle's supposed to be whatever. And guys, Burger King with all the flies, guys. I've been to so many trash ass Burger Kings and shit. Why can't even Burger King participate? Yeah, they do participate in bullshit propaganda, but the thing is just a thing about McDonald's, the Freemasons. It's all ritualistic. Yeah, you know, catered meals, much better food. They're just using their actors to promote. I mean, that's the thing. All he is no different than an endorsed athlete. Bill Clinton. What's the difference? He goes around selling propaganda, selling poisonous food. So, endorsing it all. Don't get how he's any different. Stage shooting. The Trump eating McDonald's in the Air Force One. Oh, he's saying a couple days ago, so there's even a newer one. He's saying, just see Trump McDonald's, see what they give us. I mean, guys, yeah, this is one I've seen. You know, eating the fries. Make sure you see the M, and you look, there's the 1 and the 3, even on the branding on the packaging. You know this. I know people like to fuck around with Trump and do Photoshop stuff. Like, this part might not be real. Doesn't look like it's real. But, you know, this is what I'm looking at. This is definitely real. Well, not this. But very well, guys. This actor very well smoking bongs, eating McDonald's. But no, right here, he's just, you know, posing with it. He's probably not even eating it. He's an actor. I mean, Reagan did the same. The man with the assassination attempt. It's unbelievable. Drinking the Diet Coke. You know, that's why there's a stereotype. Order the fatty food. Order the Diet Coke with it, you know, with none of the calories, but all the, whatever Zionist Jew concoction they put inside that trash. You know? Sick. They're even pushing the diet soda. I mean, it's just disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. People need to fucking wake up. Stop falling for this shit. It's just, like, that's whenever they call me stupid and stuff, I just laugh at them. It's like, are you seriously, like, come on, the 7:47 update time.
As the result of some convoluted hedge fund trading.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a 24/7 commercial. A walking propaganda billboard. Oh yeah, the Jack in the Box. We can look in that. I think the first good place to start with that. Yeah, there's something keeping this country stupid for real. And you know, and I think most all the time, the food is a big part of it, but then there's also a lot of people who get this, who understand truth, understand this knowledge, and they don't, you know, they still probably don't eat the best diet. They probably eat, you know, some shitty stuff. So I think it's like a combination of a lot of things. But yeah, definitely diet, a big part of it. Definitely not denying that whatsoever. Because the standard American diet, that's why it's called the sad diet, because it's sad as fuck. The standard American is sad as fuck, because the standard American lives vicariously through either rig sports, some Netflix hero, you know, some video game plot, you know, or their online rank on a video game. Like, that shit is what they get their joy from. And if they don't have that, they're just miserable. But anyway, Jack in the Box. I was paused. I was looking at their logo. That 153 stood out. 17th triangular number, miraculous catch number. But we're gonna see when they were founded. They're founded 221. So we don't have to go any further. The Bavarian Illuminati run federal government, Federal 51, Conspiracy 51, Freemason 51, Zionism 51. Let's see when they were founded. Oh my goodness. Saturn 9321. Guys, Jack in the Box is a Saturnian place. 74 numerology. Masonry, Zionism 3951. You see what I'm saying? Jesuit 21. New World Order 75. Key of David 75. Government 52, Prophecy 52. This is the 65th prime. Also, one just representing a line through 33. So, do you see how we began? Jack in the Box participated in false flag, fake news propaganda. So, we went on the main database of all the propaganda in the world, run by the Freemasons. They give us the date they found it right away, the first sentence, because all this is coded propaganda with their 2,200 locations, 22 master builder number, E. coli outbreak. I mean, this is what I was going at. You can go on Wikipedia, it brings you straight to the propaganda. You go on the numbers, and you guys, I have to say, I cannot stress this ever enough in my entire life. But, this is actually doing a good job at not... Oh, this is because it's a scientific fact. That's why. Well, you know what I mean? Because it's... Compared to the propaganda, it's not bullshit. Compared, it's not saying a lot, but you know what I mean? But what I'm trying to get at is the sources all go back to mainstream media propaganda. Rocky Mountain News, what is that? Coded Zionist Jew media. And they're telling us the first store open, this thing. It's all... We're going to get to the equality outbreak. We're going to check some of these. Yeah, definitely experience. So true, Clifford. The more sheltered these kids are, the more stupid they become. That's so true. And the more satanic they become, too. The more me they are. It's two birds with one stone with that. And how do you shelter kids? You create fear-based propaganda to make the parents shelter them. It's that easy. Old Crew McDonald's commercial. History of Ronald McDonald. Hell yeah. We're going to wrap up this Jack in the Box. I know I probably left it hanging. We're going to look at this. Or in the earliest... Oh yeah, Taco Bell with the 666 logo and all that. Trump being the Taco Bell guy. Taco Bell, definitely this Freemasonic network. For what it's worth, before I knew about Gematria, I knew, I saw how Taco Bell's doing the 666 in the logo. The McDonald's. That's why when I saw this, I'm pretty sure a lot of you are the same. Right when you saw this, you're like, okay, there we go. That's how it's working. You weren't like, what? That's no coincidence. But anyway, in the early 70s, you cannot own a business unless you were a Shriner, the highest level of the Masonic Zionist Jews. The sellout goys. I mean, these guys tell you exactly what it is. The postal workers, the firemen, the cops, the people working for your federal government, putting on false flag events. So if prior to the 70s you couldn't own a business if you're a Zionist Jew, or in the 70s, then doesn't that let you think, okay, they established that so they can then get up all the networking for the next phase and wave of their agenda? That makes the most sense to me. And no, we see the fruit of that right now. The Home Depot part of that. But I just want to see the E. coli outbreak. It is a 93. Propaganda 93. Of all the years for them to participate in the propaganda, it's a 93. Found on a date with 93 numerology. We gotta do their gematria at this point. I want someone typing in Jack in the Box 122, founded on February 21st. You know, I've seen this so many times. Something you have the 221 that's founding, the name something 122 anyway. Freemasonry 67, 22, master building number. Close some of this propaganda. That's from the headline, 142. I hope I didn't get rid of it. I don't know. So I was in Tacoma, Washington. And I want to queue up that video. I already have it copied and pasted. We should look at oh, creepy McDonald's commercial. Oh, look at this 2 minutes 23 commercial. That might be the exact length of the whole. This might be someone acting, but I don't know. Dairy Queen, Burger King, Jack in the Box, yeah. Just fast food royal flush. Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts, the Boys Club. Yeah, it's all Zionism. That, the frats and the colleges, it's all Freemasonry Zionism. YMCA, all these things. Flush this propaganda down the toilet. That's what we need to do. That's also part of the, like, we need to just educate people on the numbers and educate people on how easy it will be. Whenever you connect to CNN.com, you connect to a server which holds all this propaganda. To flush this shit down the toilet where it fucking belongs will be easy. We just need to come together. You know, I know the servers are the big machines. We can just rip out the hard drives that contain all the bullshit, flush that shit down the toilet, and actually keep the servers themselves and use them to rebuild a better world. Get new hard drives for them. It's really that simple. I mean, I can't think of how hard it'll be. But the thing is, if we do it now, even if everyone in the stream did it now, that 8, 9 of us. The police will come after every single one of us and we'll all go to jail. And even if we get 1,000 people strong, the police can do the same thing. I hate to say it, but even with 10,000 people, I don't think we'd be able to accomplish it. I feel like we need at the very least, at the extreme very least, like 100,000 to group up, run inside CNN media, with, hold them up. Where are your servers? Bring us to your server room. Bring us to your backups right now if you don't want your head and your brain all over the fucking concrete. And we take the server and get the hard drives out and flush them down the toilet. No more mainstream media propaganda. Even the TV propaganda. All the shit that, guys, everything runs on computers these days. And all the data that shit accesses is stored on servers. So even the servers that help propagandize with the TV. Look at this. The 84th Prime with this man here. Oh, come on. So we don't need, this is fake news propaganda. Whatever, this is an HTML file we just downloaded. We didn't have to download this. If I couldn't connect to the server, no more. I wouldn't have been able to see this. I wouldn't have been able to believe this. I wouldn't have been able to be propagandized by this bullshit. It gets me how simple that solution is. But this gang is so good and people are so gullible. You can take out all their servers. They will literally just make propaganda on the spot and then just come out and just tell you, and then all the goyles believe. So, maybe taking out all the servers and all the propaganda might not even work. Because the goy are so stupid. Ambush 64, like kill. Israel 98, 64. Catholic Lima 35. Chaos 19. 28-2. All those things I said. It's 84 Prime, Jesuit 84, San Marcos Police Officer Kenneth Copeland, K is the 11th letter, C is the 3rd, 113. This is 113 bullshit propaganda. 147, like Master Builder, like Freemason. It's just stuff like this. Why does Master Builder and Freemason have the whole 147 forwards and backwards relationship? They're the Master Builders. They masterfully builded their language with these numbers. And then putting that in this actor's name. Oh, come on. He and other officers were serving the warrant in a subdivision about 2:23 p.m. Okay, if you're sitting here, if you want, I assume everyone here is already awake, but y'all know who's dropping in. I know how they're suppressing the people coming in numbers anyway. But if you're watching this, this is the number for Masonic, the Synagogue of Satan. Oh man, sometimes it's just irritating when they really do the same shit over and over again. When it's like I'm talking about the same thing. And then look, Copeland, he was 58. Freemasonry 58. This is just a Masonic ritual. Pronounced dead at 3:50. Didn't his name something 35? Oh my god. Alright, I think it's time to, I like to just do this. Refresh all the, whoops. So, his name is Kenneth Copeland. 113. Or no, his initials 113. So the Freemason name, if you're out 33, you get 66. Freemason 96. Copeland 34, 38, the death, killing, murder. So his name didn't sum to 35. That was something else. "223 days before Halloween" is 223. They really cannot help themselves. They're like, oh, this goy are so stupid. We're just gonna code 223 every day and mock them with that number, and program them with it. Yeah, that's true. We do need to wake the people in the military. Tell them like what they're part of. Like, do you understand that you're fighting wars by the numbers? That whatever you're fighting for is being put on purpose by your employers. That is the key word. Because yeah, they'll be like, yeah, it's put on purpose by the whatever they believe is who's the enemy now. I don't even know if it's Russia anymore. If it's ISIS, I've lost track at this point. Is it Comey? I don't even care. It's all Zionist Jew narratives. Wherever the enemy they're trying to fight, it's always going to be the same. It's always going to be the North Koreans. Always going to be the Muslims. Always going to be the Russians. That bullshit. But I don't know what's most prominent now. Hey, yeah, guys. For as much as I researched this, I still just do not follow the main narrative. To me, it's just boring. It's boring bullshit. It's easy to wake up people showing up how sports are rigged anyway, and other shit like this. So really, like the return on investment to me is pretty non-existent. And we'll see what they further talk about this. Stuff like this, though. Of course, I'm not gonna ignore this. Geometry 108, 141.
Sources have been.
That's Route 33, you get 141. That's 101 seconds. 26 prime. I already talked about this though. I just want, they re-updated new numbers. Atlanta mayoral candidate calls for recount. It's not over yet. But yeah, just one more time. This Copeland guy's 58. I just want to see what else is here. 353. Dying at 335. There's just. We were talking about 53.
If Atlanta is the
too.
city too busy to hate.
It's not over yet. With the 317, the 66 prime number in the time. Updated at 104. Jerusalem, 104. United States of America. Founded with 104 numerology. It's not over yet. 72, 27, 63. That Buckeye pairing. But this 144 just reminds you of that what that also goes back to. This is Jesuit order propaganda. So they're branding it right here. Time 144. It's not over yet. Oh man, just so coded. So clever. Kenneth is 322 and Satanic. Oh man, they love that name. Right? Oppressing people in North Korea while we're just, the South Koreans are being pampered with a bunch of technology and all sorts of shit. What's the frequency, Kenneth? That's a song I might want to look at. I'll have to listen to it. Definitely coded for sure. Definitely some Johnny Halliday, the Elvis of France, dies. Oh, murder by numbers. This is easy. See, when I see stuff like this, I can relax. Because sometimes just going through, just looking at how they're coding the number for Freemason, blah, blah, blah. But if it's murder by numbers, I have, a structure to follow. There's a finite list of methods I like to use, and this is easy. So, he dies at 74. Oh my goodness. Killing some 74, like Masonic, like Jewish, like gematria, like English, like occult. This is an occult practice. Let's see what his name sums to. Johnny Halliday. $174. New Old Order 174. 33 66 60. Halliday 34 38, like death, killing, murder. Well, killing 43. Death 38. Murder 34. 30. All those three sum to 38. You know, also don't find it a coincidence that Halliday sums to 128, like Independence Day, dying at 74. Also sums to 88, like Jewish. George Washington. We'll do that next. Independence Day, 74, 128. Of course, the 59th Prime, Freemasonry. So now we're going to have to do a lot of... Oh, man. Okay, good. This is Donald Trump propaganda. So, see how they updated this at 149. That is the number for Revelation, 149. When did he die? We're just gonna have to go on some Wikipedia searching. So I like when I live stream, I can go on Wikipedia as freely as I want, because I'm using different software to stream. The one I'm using doesn't like Wikipedia. I mean, I don't blame it. It's probably saying, hey, get away from this propaganda. What are you doing? So, he was born 15/6. His name summoned to the same things as 33, like the day he was born. Dying on 12/6, Route 45, 126. December, month of sacrifice. We get this celebrity death now in December. Active from 59 to 2017. That 58 years. Freemasonry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end soon. I'm getting tired. I need to go to bed in a bit. But, I'm gonna wrap up some of this. Like the 4-minute, 2-second video he's in. 402, Jesuit, Saturn, Freemason, Zionism. That's also 242 seconds. The Synagogue of Satan, 242. Johnny. There's only one Johnny. So Johnny is really significant gematria. Flood sacrifice, 7686. So do you see how this is coded mocking propaganda? While the French Elvis was hardly known by many Americans, in the French-speaking world, there was only one Johnny. There's only one blood sacrifice. French Elvis. Sums to 58, 59. Oh my God. It's just too much. The 58, 59 is too much. It just becomes frustrating. It's like, how can I'm trying to show the world how it's all coded with numbers of Freemasonry and everything. I said every time you do this, you get 58, 59. Oh my God. People just need to apply this knowledge. That's just really the whole point. I think that's really my goal. I need to emphasize when I teach this to people, especially in person, like, hey, you're going to have to apply this yourself. Like, don't even believe me for it. Because if everyone applied this, it'll be over. The Elvis of France. I wonder what that's also coded. Vakia David, 135-216-63. Then I have to pair the 72. Jesuit 7884. 42 in the 402 video. Dying. On date with 55 numerology. Sacrifice 55, December 55, kill 28, sacrifice 46, death 25. Date with 35, 40th day of the year. Of course, a celebrity dies today. I've already documented on my blog how I've called celebrities death, not particular, not by name, but I said a celebrity's gonna die today, for sure. This is one of the days I saw. I'm like, yeah. It cannot be any more perfect. Wow. I don't even want to talk about those. All death, killing, murder numbers, sacrifice numbers, all in the date numerology. Yeah, it's just propaganda of history. That's all Wikipedia is. All famous. Yep, I'll be the first to beat all their asses. Oh, your house number is 58. Hell yeah, that's mine's the 67th prime, but there's like a 0 in there. But numerology. So that's for Freemasonry 67. So I feel you, Shaba. Yeah, I think the whole, at least my look on that is how these people losing their job for these rituals, because people I talk to ask it too, why would you lose all your money, your career? I know that's not probably not what you're asking, but I think it's just because they get paid to do it, as in from day one, it says, okay, in the 58th week of your career, 58th year, whatever, you're going to participate in this false flag propaganda stunt to deceive the goy that we rule over. And doing so will give you this much extra cash and then pay you this for the rest of your life and help your family out with this. They get compensated for participating in these fake news events. Or either that or just told if you don't do it, you're going to die and your family's going to get killed. One less minion. Oh my God, come on. The procession will leave Austin at about 3:30 p.m. Shooting 53. So Twitter, now that we're on it, you guys, we need Twitter. If you want to decode bullshit propaganda, Twitter is another very good resource. My two favorites, Wikipedia and Twitter. I'm not talking about CNN, mainstream media, because that's just, this stuff leads you to that, but this stuff is also propaganda. But I like how you can look at all these people. Donald Trump, the easiest, one of the best people to look at. following 45 people. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If they're not doing things by the numbers, he should have followed anything else. Could have followed more people, could have followed a lot less, but they make sure he's going to be at 45. 44.1 million, reflection of 144, time 144. This is an actor playing the role of Saturday Keeper Time. Washington, D.C. is where the headquarters of Scottish Rite of Freemasonry is. And then you just click on the tweet and you look at the time. 6:13. 1 plus 3 is 4. Thelema, 64. This Thelemic actor. And the 51-second video, Conspiracy 51, Freemasons, Zionism, Federal. This is the leader of the federal government, according to the narrative. And in reality, he's just an actor for your federal government. So, oh yeah, we'll get back to that. I do want to look. We gotta do from his day he was born to the day he died. I don't want to stray too far from this ritual I'm trying to uncover. So we said date numerology. So he was born the 6th month, 15th day. Let's see. 174 days. Uh-oh. So I mean, you guys don't have to see anything, but in case you wanted to see, Johnny Holiday, his name sums to 174, and he dies 174 days from his birthday. Okay, it's time to get armed and take out these dynasty bankers. I mean, I think we've waited long enough. I mean, of course, I'm not saying now. We need the numbers. We really do. Because, again, they can throw us all in jail right now because they outnumber us. The police will win. But we need to stop this. They are murdering or faking the deaths of these people. That's unacceptable. I refuse to continue to live in a world where the shit goes on. I know y'all do too. Y'all completely refuse. So we need to stop these tyrants. No one can tell me. Yeah, you can tell me anything you want. But it's like, I'll just say you're retarded, confident. That's why I said about these examples. That's why I say, don't worry about what people think or say. You should tell them that they're fucking retarded. Because first off, they're the ones insulting you. If you share this with anyone and they say, oh, how do you know that you're not getting anything, how, coincidences happen, things like this happen, these things are easy to see. You should be like, you're insulting my intelligence. You're saying that you've seen this for 2 seconds and you immediately now can see how this is all coincidence and it's all apophenia, whatever this idiots call it. But me, who has been researching this for so long, is too stupid to see how these are all just my brain picking up on random patterns. So since they're insulting you like that, you should just literally tell them that they're being retarded. But the thing is, again, you're not insulting them when you're calling them retarded. I mean, they'll think you are, but you're not. You have to be retarded for this man to know that he dies 174 days from his birthday. Name something 174. A date with really good numerology for a celebrity dying. So, I mean, there you have it. I don't think
federal overreach and restore.
48-second video. But they have the 45 there. I don't think. I don't even want to guess. But anyway, 48. Donald Trump 48. This madness just has to end. I just can't do it anymore. I can't live in a world with coded propaganda. And on top of it all, it'd be one thing if it was just coded propaganda, a bunch of Zionist Jews hanging out in pictures, trying to, sell us their bullshit, and everyone's like, oh, this is a bunch of bullshit. Who fucking cares? Which, yeah, I know a lot of people are still like, yeah, this is bullshit, I don't follow it, but then what would happen? There'll be some big false flag Muslim ISIS bullshit nonsense in Berlin, and what will they do? Go on Facebook, change their picture to the flag of Germany as a transparency on top of their picture, and just believe it right away. It's like, wait, you're just talking about how the news is bullshit, you don't believe it, but then when they tell you that some big old false flag happens, you're like, yeah, because things like that happen, man. You ever read the Quran? You read their book? I hate it when people say that so much. It's like, first off, all the shit you guys say about that book is not true, and second off, and everyone who says that has never even read it. And they don't talk about the Jewish Talmud? What? You don't talk about the Zionist Jew holy book that says that we're all a bunch of beasts that were created, if we're not Jewish, that we're a bunch of created to be slave goy for the Zionist Jew masters working for them. We can be lied to in a legal setting, and it's always a legal setting. No one cares about that, but they care about misconceptions. They're not even misconceptions. I mean, they just care about nothing else than trying to make the Quran look bad. And then, and then people defend that will try to make the Bible. I mean, yeah, I'm not defending or anything. I'm just saying, instead of telling you how these Jewish Zionists and their Talmud are fucking up, no, they'll just go straight to the Bible. What about the Bible? It's like, no. Go straight to the point. Talk about the Zionist Jews using Kabbalah, using the Talmud, saying all sorts of nonsense, and carrying it all out in their agenda. That is the problem. God, seriously, the people, I cannot say enough, the people who believe in Islamic terror are the stupidest people on the planet. You have to be so dumb to believe that stuff. Because again, there's people who are not awake at all this numerological knowledge. I knew, again, before I was awake to this shit, I knew that was all nonsense. I mean, so many people do. So to believe in that just shows you're just an idiot. Even this whole Mexican thing, anything about all the negative propaganda of the Mexicans, they're storming in at alarming rates and this and that. Yeah. And then they'll come in and take all their jobs, fuck up all the taxes, and guys, you fall for that. Those are oppressed people. I mean, I can't believe you would not even give a fuck about them. While you're in a land that you took from oppressed people. Oh yeah, Jeff Flake running in 2020. One of my friends was talking about this. For the sake of the comedy,
the Republican senator in Arizona, Jeff Flake,
it will be interesting / amusing talking about this actor Jeff Flake during the next election, and if Donald Trump tries to run again, if he doesn't get impeached, and Hillary's in the mix, it'll be entertaining to follow the script. But guys, by 2020, no, this shit's not going to exist. There'll be no servers to run this propaganda. I'm not waiting fucking 4 years. I'm not going to be sitting around for 4 fucking years and this shit's still going to be going on. So, worst case scenario, this shit's going on in 2020. Will be more so, it'll start going on, 2018, 2019? Because they start some years prior. But, I'll laugh a bit at Jeff Flake and then say, okay, I've had enough. And I don't. His name's Jeff Flake. I don't know. To me, it's just such a funny actor name, Jeff Flake, and people actually have faith in him. I'm like, come on, guys. His name is Jeff Flake. What if he becomes president? And he just makes so many promises and flakes on every single one. I will cry tears of laughter every single video if that really happens. I'm not even kidding. Oh, President Flake, retracted his promise on on attending this. He flaked out on attending that. Oh man, I'm already about to tear up now. It's just so funny to me. But anyway. And why isn't George Bush hanging from a tree? Because, and it's just the shittiest reason, but it's why we need the numbers. If we all went to his ranch now and hung him from a tree, the police will apprehend us and we fucked. I really think that is why the police need to go. They protect the tyrants. Think about it, if there's no police, then we could just hang George Bush from a tree. I mean, the thing is, even talking about this now, I hope YouTube didn't take this video down. That'll be a bunch of bullshit. But HW and WH, George W. Bush, the dad and the son, they're both pieces of shit. Yeah, we need to take over prisons. The time is now. Get people out of prisons. They don't need to be there because these prisons are... Exactly, we don't need... What do they do? They're just wasting money. Oh man, prison system's so fucking stupid. Jeff Flake. Oh my god. Because I remember covering some propaganda with him like some months ago, and to me it was just... Let's just look at this. Let's look a little bit more at this. Is he going to say anything? Oh, 221. I missed this. The 221 in the check. And it's a 119 video. Jeff Flake, the actor.
Republican senator.
Saturday 119. Let's see what Jeff Flake sums do. In 181, the 42nd prime. Mason 62, Philema 3564, 46 reflection, chaos 46. Wavy comes and brings all the chaos. Man, because I mean, guys, I cannot be any more serious. I do not want any of these actors in office. I do not. But I gotta be negatively optimistic. If shit hits the fan, if we just can't get the numbers, if the police bring us down with whatever, and we have another election, who knows? I would, of course, want something better. But if we're gonna get we're gonna get some pathetic actor because it's always a selection by the numbers. Of course, Jeff Flake's a piece of shit. But at least so far, for the sake of laughing at these actors, because imagine Hillary as president. There'll be nothing. There'll be not even funny. It'll just be the coding of propaganda. I mean, Trump is a piece of shit too. There's nothing to me. There's nothing fun about being Mr. Pussy grabbing, all the nasty shit he does. But he still comes out and says, funny stuff. What do you say? President of the U.S. Virgin Islands. Yeah, like stuff like that. I mean, it's all fake news. It's an actor, so it's a script. But, alright, it's time to close so many tabs. We're going to talk about this British model. But I'm going to get rid of all this. Christine Keeler. Jeffrey Lane Flake. The entire Bush clan absolutely needs to go. The Bush dynasty, we need to put them under the dirt right now. Once the dad dies, real soon, You know, I'm gonna be covering all the propaganda right here. If my channel's still up by then, and if it's not, I mean, if they take it down, they make a new one anyway. So yeah, I'll be covering it. Jeffrey Lane Flake, 137, the 33rd prime number. Authority 137, 79 to 22nd prime, murder 79. Sorry, yeah, murder 79. More other than, it's not just the murder number, but it's coded number routinely. So, okay. So do you see how they reuse these numbers? We're talking about Jeff Flake, now we're going to move to this murder by numbers, and look, they updated this propaganda at 137, the 33rd prime number. So already, I think we see how this is coded propaganda. I mean, there's no questioning anything else. '91, the 13th triangular number. Tragedy 80. They code 161 on death all the time. That's all I can say. I mean, since my Bill Paxton video, which is like one of the first Murder by Numbers videos I put out on my old channel, 161 was popping up. Profumo affair. This is by the numbers. Sacrifice 73, death 20. That's the 20th prime. I wanted to see Profumo, just in that kind of name. 41. Well, that and affair both 41. That's why it has that type of gematria. It's an affair. So this is a photo dated April 1st, 1963 on 41. So this is how you always got, you can do it any other way. I know there's so many methods you can do this, but this is a nice tried and true way. You just start declaring, decoding the little things. We saw affair. This is about her in her affair. 41, using alphabetical order. And then they named it Profumo. 41, reducing alphabetical order. And then, of all the pictures in the world, I mean, she's an actress. She is a model. They could have used any of the thousands of pictures of this woman. They could have done anything. If this is real news, the editor will probably pick a very attractive picture of her or something that he liked. Just to use to professionally share us the story of her. Not some photo dated April 1st, /1, 41. By the fucking numbers. In 1963. She's 21 in this picture, Saturn 21. Girl died in this, she definitely died in this Saturnian ritual. Saturn 42, 24 the reflection. The 91st day of the year. And what sum to 91? Christine Keeler 91. Christine Keeler 91. Oh my goodness. 91st day of the year they have the picture. I always lose the propaganda. Key 13, 41 to 13th prime, the key of David 63. Keeler's son posted Tuesday. She was 75, key of David 75, New World Order 75. She died of COPD. We're gonna see, this is coded. So I'm probably gonna wrap up after this, or wrap up with this, and probably end the stream after this decode of this actress. Um, 187. Look at this. death killing number. These are important too. 16-2, 421. The 82nd prime number, kill 28. COPD 38, like death killing murder. This is how it works. They give you cigarettes. They give you living conditions. They make you slave away for their agenda in places that make you develop these breathing issues. So then they'll have these advertisements. If you have COPD, talk to your doctor. You know, everything. Your doctor, your doctor, your doctor, which just means put more money in these Zionist Jews' pockets. And you get the COPD, taking this poisonous medication just to make sure you don't get some breathing attack and die one day. And then they just mock you by putting these numbers on the shit they call it. Death, killing, murder, 38. They're slowly killing you. Whenever I see these big pharma commercials, that's all I think about. I mean, I've been since forever. I just think about how they've controlled everyone with just this medication. And if you're not sick, if you're healthy, oh, then use your healthy mind and get into medicine. Become a doctor, become a pharmacist, and help the cycle continue. It's just disgusting. If you want to be a doctor, I'm not saying don't be a doctor, you know, helping people, saving lives. But, you know, there's a lot of politics coming with that. And again, as a doctor, you'll be working 4 months of the year to give all that money back to these Zionist Jews. So, you know, keep that in mind too. I mean, if I'm working to give money back to the Zionist Jews, personally, wouldn't be something as stressful as a doctor. And look, this actor who was 21, the first picture, this is her release from prison. So she was never in prison. She's an actor. It was a stunt. On 6/9 and 64. Saturn 61, Freemason 96. This thing got Satan 64. Flame of Israel Zion. Chessboard pieces, all that. Oh my god, they love 64. Profumo is probably the name of the dude she had the affair with. But that's what I'm saying. That's when they named it. Like he was meant to be part of the affair. So they have this picture on a date with 98 numerology, 35, 25, 161st. Oh. I think this is going to be a perfect place to end. To the point where I'm going to just make a video just showing this example. Probably tomorrow or next or something. But look at this. Christine Keeler. C's the third letter. H is the eighth. All that. Add those all together, you get 161. Now, A becomes 26. Z is 1 when you reverse the alphabetical order. So A would be 8. And whatnot. See, you know. So this just came out today. So I should, you know, we've seen how this is going through history, hundreds of years ago, whatever. Today, as we speak. I mean, this came out before I even put out the stream, I think. At least it was updated. We get this propaganda put together by the Zionist Jews, the Freemasons, the Jesuit order, who does all by the numbers. The first photo is the 91st day of the year. The second photo is the 161st day of the year. Her name sums to 91,161. Do you see how concrete this is? Do you see how we found this just in a live stream? You know, no, I didn't do anything before. I'm like pulling shit out of a hat. This is called catching the Zionist Jews red-handed real time. This is why I've had enough. I'm so fucking sick of these extremely blatant examples and you still have all the most retarded people on the fucking planet, all they can say is all coincidence. How can you be that fucking dumb? And since everyone continues to do that, we'll never get anywhere because we need numbers. It is so fucking... Oh my goodness. I can't even get over this. Just like before our show, they've had the 4 numbers for prophecy, 52, 29, 110, 106. They had them like all this in the propaganda on one little page. That's on my blog too. But unbelievable. Thanks, y'all. Yeah. It's just hilarious. I mean, forget with these comments, just anyone who's just like aghasted, who's like, okay, finally I get it. Yes, finally you fucking get it. I'll go back to here. April 1st, 1963, the 91st day. June 9th, 1964, the 161st day. Her name, 91-161. Bam. The Freemasons, the Zionist Jews, the Jesuits put this on by the numbers. That is why this is so easy to see. Just unbelievable. Very well, computer. That's the thing. Very well, computer did this too. Think about how to program this. Like, okay, we have a database of photos of Christine Keeler. Get a photo, query for all the photos that have date numerology of, or no. Well, yeah, you can do that too. But this one, they said, get all the photos that were done on this day. I mean, to me, this looks like they did this by hand, but this is an example how you do it by computer. Get all photos from the 91st day of the year. Get all photos from the 161st day of the year. And then from those photos, even though you pick the one maybe with the red and blue, pose of Freemasonry, pick the other ones that fit more of your agenda. And we just code a license plate too, and you put them in. And the computer, does it all hit too. It formats it all. It updated this at 137 because it was cute to generate this. And then the name of the person, how old was she then? 21. You always got to tell us the age. Arrives when. You can do this all with the computer. I'm not saying that this particular piece of propaganda was. I don't work for CNN. I don't know. Yeah, it might be that energy. There might be that. It's hard to explain. That might not be hard to explain. There's times I was just like, sort of try to fake sick, but then from that, like, actually gotten sick. It's happened multiple occasions. And like, just the mentality. If you just like have the mentality of just being sick, or you should get a checkup, or that type of negative energy, man. I feel like that's kind of what makes people sick too. I mean, of course, there's other things, but it's all about how your body is handling either inflammation, handling things coming in. Yeah, if you want to die, get sick and visit a doctor at the hospital. Propaganda poster for Mission Mars, SpaceX. Yeah, they're really pushing this stuff too. SpaceX, they're young people says, yeah, space. We're gonna go explore and show you more things about over Earth. But it's gonna be all nothing else than a bunch of NASA actors getting on the computer, firing up their 3D modeling studio, and then deceiving about numbers. That's all it's gonna be. Dr. 33. If you write out 41, the 13th prime, you get 322 in Jewish ordinal. Number for the Abrahamic religions. Reflection of 223. Yeah, people are buying into this shit. Oh, we're traveling to Mars. Let's invest in it. Let's do it. It's like you guys are being robbed blind by these Zionist Jews. And why are they allowed to lie to you like this? Because, again, why can't we go hang them? Because the police are around. So it's a legal setting. We'll go to court. Anything we'll do. Guys, you can all sue me. Any of you right now, can sue me. I could sue all of you. You could say that I'm being anti-Semitic and take me to court. Anytime, and then screenshot our conversations and take me to court. So the fact that I can do this right now, you can do this right now to me, means that we live in a legal setting all the time. That's why Zionist Jew 113A Baba Kamal says it's okay for them to do it in a legal setting, and they made sure they can always do it. Yeah, that negative focus, man. Like, I feel like there's degrees of like, because you can focus positive and negative on certain things in life, and they manifest at certain speeds. But I feel like with at least getting sick, that's like one of the easiest to like just get yourself actually sick, or just even get yourself not sick. And that's why they like getting people in these negative states. And there's a scientific thing behind it. When you're in a negative state, you're more stressed. That means you have more stress hormones going on in your body, which means your body's more prone to inflammation, all sorts of shit, which leads to all this stuff that makes you sick. I mean, that's really why. I mean, a doctor will tell you that. So it's no hokey nonsense that the negative energy created by this propaganda makes people more sick. And it's science behind that, and it's logic and common sense. Think about it. If you're a John Mayer fan, you love him so much, you love him since the 2000s, and there's people out there like that worship this man, and then you hear how he had an appendectomy, he's recovering, and you might even have a friend who was recovering, they died from it, and you're scared about it, you're negative. This is a negative story. I mean, it's I don't give a fuck. It's not affecting me. Why is it affecting me? One, I don't give a fuck about these mainstream media puppets. Two, he's an actor. This is a theatrical event, a ritual put on by the numbers, a Thelemic Catholic Zionist Jew ritual. I'm doing it 3:50 p.m. So that's why, conspiracy 1, 2, 3 is coded propaganda. But the people who don't know that, they get emotionally invested in this shit. Oh my God, John Mayer, what if he dies? What if he dies? And you go to bed like that, and then you just get sick the next day. Yeah, they have everything now. Who is they? 58, like Freemasonry. The entertainment section of CNN is just a diversion. It makes you think that there's actually a difference between, entertainment and your news. There's no difference. They could have this all. I mean, that's why this shit will leak to the front page. A lot. I know they have things from everywhere, but these will be main stories, politically tied and everything. BC Boys Adam Horowitz sides with women who accuse father of sexual abuse. Propaganda. Oh, Selena Gomez, kidney. If you haven't seen my video on that, watch that. With the 125, I think it's a central number in that too. But no, that was more central number to Ariana Grande. I know that for sure.
Selena Gomez started.
Two actors I get mixed up all the time. But Selena Gomez, part of this whole ritual too. I mean, so Robin Meade, I really do not like this woman at all. Because I have to hear this propagandist in the morning, and it's awful. I mean, I don't have to. I can tune it out with headphones. But it's actually not always good to do, because a lot of the leads I found, a lot of the examples I found is from listening to people talk about propaganda, from listening to the propaganda on the TV. So, there's always a balance. I am more than the woman in the Trump video. Of course. Of course she is. She's an actor for your federal government. That's definitely more than just a woman in the video. Female 24, updating at 5:24.
Now is three-time Emmy-nominated actress Ariane Zucker.
That's why. And this is a really good example. Sometimes I'll click on the time, we'll see the time. And I'm always like, you know, there's always a more central connection to the ritual. You gotta actually read the propaganda and really get it. And there we go, the number for female. Female 2442, bitch 2442. There's actually many more, but you know, I'm always really tired. I cannot think of them, but I have on my blog. Yep, this Masonic cult exists only because of the Jewish corrupt money system. Right? People need to. That's the thing. I've had people tell me like I should focus on getting my money up instead of this. It's like, why worry about this? Just worry about making money. And it's like, dude, why would I give a fuck about a bunch of green pieces of paper? You're literally saying, who cares about showing the world how everything's by the numbers, how they've been lied to, how they can empower themselves better. But instead, focus on green pieces of paper with a bunch of actors on them. I mean, to me, it's ridiculous. Guys, I read this recently. I mean, it's always true, but sometimes you see it writing from other people who aren't even into this, and this is good to see. He says, or I think it was a YouTube video, but he said, your $1 bill versus your $10 bill, your $100 bill, whether you have $10 in the bank, $100, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like the $1 bill and the $100 bill, 1,000, it's all the same. It's just a different amount of zeros behind it. It's the exact same. Like, yes, I know with $1,000 you can feed yourself more, you can pay your bills. Like, it has a use, it has a value in that sense, but in reality, like what it's honestly worth, it just doesn't matter. You're literally just putting faith in bullshit. You know, but yeah, save money, be smart with it. So when you find yourself in situations where you need to get out, you know, your federal government fucks you over, you need money to get out of it. Because that's how they get you. They try to get you in situations where you'll need money to get out of it. Or why do you think they were wrecking Zach's house? Ripping his house apart, stealing all his money. Why do you think they're doing the same thing to Wake Time with Jerry? Because without money, it's just much more difficult to get around to make things happen. But you know, that's not for long. It's not for long. It might sound like I contradict myself there, but no, $100 has no value. It's backed by Zionist Jew bullshit, backed by propaganda, backed by a bunch of goy believing crap. So Monday Night Football, fake injury. I really gotta wrap up, so I probably won't even look at anything new. This stuff's just so addicting. Ritual 27, updating at 2:07. India, City of Joy. Oh man, it's like I want to end this video. Don't worry, I will. I was looking for that last, just like a good example. Jimmy Kimmel, you know, this guy's been in the propaganda a whole lot now. His son that was recently born. It's all about his guys. Why? Who gives a shit? Why do we get propaganda about his son? Jimmy Kimmel's 7-month-old son Billy has had a second bus success. His son's doing this. He did this with his son. Now his son had heart surgery out of nowhere. I mean, it might not be out of nowhere. They probably foreshadowed this, you know. They probably let it on in some propaganda. That's what they do. They plant the seeds super early for shit. 1:30, 31, 13:31, Saturn. The 62nd prime sacrifice 62. Dude, his son very well might die and just be a big old sacrificial story, big headline. Jimmy Kimmel so crushed with the death of his son, not knowing that it's just a ritual. Successful heart surgery. You know, we got to see the S exceptions with that. 131, the 32nd prime number. Monday. We'll see how many days from Jimmy Kimmel's birthday that was, and then definitely gonna have to wrap this end it. I can't even talk anymore. But I mean, you know, I'm also showing these Zionist Jews, yes, I will stay up late until I can't talk anymore, until I can't focus anymore, and just keep showing example after example. Because that's all. I mean, if you say it's coincidence, if everyone's argument is you can do this with anything, it's all coincidence. My brain's picking up on whatever. Then I just think, okay, I just think I need more examples. That's it. I mean, that's really the logical answer. But of course, these people are so retarded that, you know, I need a little bit more than that. But, you know, it's better than nothing. It's either I'm not doing this or I'm doing this. That's why I have to do this. You know, I can sleep later. I really don't need that much sleep to function, personally. On a regular basis. I'm one of those, whatchamacallits. Anyway. His 113 birthday to Monday. Monday was the 4th. "31 days. And successful heart surgery sums to 31. 13. 1331 sequence. So they're hammering that in. It's also 1 month, 1 day, 31 the 11th prime, 4 weeks, 3 days, killing 43, Masonic 43. Jimmy Kimmel. So, I mean, I hope anyone new here sees what this means. It means Jimmy Kimmel is not just a comedian. He is, just like Sean Spicer, an actor, a comedic actor for these Zionist Jews. Doing what he's told to do with his son, with his life. Always having special date numerology and the photos they put up of their actors. This is called Kabbalah. This is called Jewish run media. That was a mistake, but what that was is, I think it was searching what I put in. Date with 25th day of the year, death 25, 36. I don't know if they're going, because this is just a Jimmy Kimmel, you know. Are they foreshadowing something? I'm going to have to come back to this. Like, yeah, I see, like, the connections. Patterns of code all the time. I mean, Ohio's all about those patterns, as we all know. So, yeah, I'm just going to finish off with these comments and call it. So much good knowledge. You guys see, there's so much good knowledge in this community. You know, go to Gematria Forum. So much knowledge dropped there. We need to just keep sharing this. Keep showing the tyrants that we're not going to quit. Not going to quit. So the 24th Amendment, which banned poll tax that was used to keep black people voting, came 42 years after the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. Nigger 42, bitch 42. Do you see that? That 42 women and black people are themed with that number, or flavored with that number very heavily. It's just, the history is so scripted. All these history, we need history majors. We need to get them, like the really good ones. You know, the people that are just history majors to blow off and they actually don't read their assignments and don't actually participate, so they actually don't know history. But we need the tryhards and these college histories, because they'll have so much historical knowledge. But it's all, coded bullshit. So we take what they know and just decode it right for them. It's very true. There's only select few that these Masonic people can even adopt or have children. It's all planned, all coded. Bill Cooper even talked about it, and it's so true. One's a golden boy, a few are the slaves, and one's a sacrifice. Why do you think all these celebrities have sacrifices coded with them? Yeah. A lot of these kids have their parents thinking they're so fucked up. That's the problem. Their parents are so fucking propagandized. It's over. And that's why we just need to act. I mean, that's why I'm glad of all these examples in Ohio. That a massive stone is exactly what I needed to get this off the ground in terms of compiling. I mean, I just can't imagine going to someone, like going to OSU and being like, hey, I want to do this when I have Zach's book, because I have Zach's book in hand, I have all my Ohio knowledge in hand, and be like, just check this out. I mean, how could someone be like, oh, it's all coincidence with all the examples I have? It's just impossible. If they do, I'll say, well, I just don't think you're just smart enough to get it. I'm sorry, and I'll leave. And I'll just go to the next person. It's like sales. Because there's going to be people that are smart enough to get it. Definitely. I mean, I've already shared it with people in Columbus, and they got it right away. So, possible. One of the kids today that Clifford tutored super coded, they're for organic. He's thinking, yeah, guys, we do not want to be the slaves at all anymore for these Zionist Jews. I don't want to be a slave. So, the kid is tutoring, his dad's born the 61st day of the year, mother's maiden name, some 61, daughter's first and last name, 61. His dad's name is Kevin, some 61. Wow. That's insane. I've tried this all my life. I've never seen anything like this. Like, people give these examples all the time. Like, either Zach's radio show or whatnot. Derek has a lot of these in life. Clifford shared other things like this. There's an organic, natural thing to this. But I don't know, I think for other people it might be, you have to apply something else. Like, this is, it's not a coincidence. How can it be? And then people will say, well, how do you know if the mainstream isn't just, organic and that? Like, if you saw this in the mainstream media, you would say it's all coded by numbers. I'm like, yeah, of course I would. Because the mainstream media is crafted this way on purpose. If I did this to everything in the mainstream media, I will get this strength of synchronicity. If I apply this to everyone's life that's not in the mainstream media, I will not. Yeah, if your parent and father's Masonic sellout, that's for like one of my friends. His name Sumsy 33, his last name Sumsy 74. His grandpa's a Freemason, And from that day, I was always like, okay, I think your last name's deliberately that spelling, man. That's what I really think, but. Hitler rounded up the Freemasons before any other people, if you know what I mean. Well, I admit I probably don't know what you mean. Right, because it's reworded. I know Hitler was an actor for the Freemasons. Hitler said, I mean, I don't know, did I just lose where I was? Oh, man. Oh, thanks, Zenith. Yours too. All of you guys' time and dedication is appreciated. I really appreciate it. Without this community, we wouldn't get anywhere like we have now. So I'm really glad y'all appreciate it. I appreciate yours too. You want to be a social designer programmer. That's, who's also trying to become social engineers? These SJW types. All these people, you called me the wrong gender. Oh, you're assuming this about me. Oh, it's like you're just complete. That's social engineering. I do not stand for that. Too many people do know the game. Thanks a lot, Brandon. Yeah, but this other has the English language. Zach's always blowing mine with these numbers. Zach's finds just superb. Just, how people deny Zach's work, I just don't get it. Yeah, most baby boomers are just, that's just another optimistic thought. Once these baby boomers and older people die off, and we can educate the younger crowd, then maybe this world will change. But this gang is working it's so easy to propagandize these youth. You know what I mean? Like even once we get somewhere, I don't know, but I think with this, it's so undeniable. It's a snowball effect. Once you see how this shit's by numbers, there's no turning back. Federal Reserve System 322 enslaving us all. The Zionist Jews hiding it all. Yeah, so I think what harmlessly means, like, they're not literally sitting in there saying, okay, 42 days. I mean, they could be, but you know what I mean? They're not doing the CNN propaganda, super duper high level tyranny. But at least, I don't think any of these actors are harmless. I think, look at these police. Some of them are just these low-level Freemasons, but what are they doing? Preparing operations for the tyrants. Yeah, the Zionist Jews are behind Bitcoin. They're behind all this cryptocurrency. But just like scripted sports and Bitcoin, some people will get burnt, some people will profit. It's all about knowing the Zionist Jew system, become less of a slave. Yeah, they're moving their soul off the Bitcoin for sure. With the Buckeye numbers. Yep. Bitcoin. So, Bitcoin is just, the next form of the fiat currency, backed by faith, backed by the numbers for Buckeye, exactly. Special numbers to this game. So, we see Ohio Bitcoin propaganda, you'll see why. But yeah, Bitcoin is just... Yep. Everyone's wealth is sold it, stealing it, using their banking crashes. If what is Bitcoin the next setup for after the dollar is completely kaputs? I don't know. I think Bitcoin, it's another sink for everyone's wealth. All the people, it's just like, right now it's worth these dollars, but then when the dollars suck, then what? And then it's just worth Bitcoin. It's just like, it's just like now your $5 is worth, really to the American, it's worth $5, That's what it compares it all with. So it'll just be your Bitcoins worth your Bitcoin. Fedcoin 117. Yep. Fedcoin 117. I just think, guys, when we live in our community with all the truthers, we don't need any type of Zionist Jew currency. If we're growing our own food, if we're doing our own thing, if you want to get a little cash, there's so many things you can do. You can create things and get money, but really, we'll just, with your own food, your own shelter. What do we need with Bitcoin or its profits? Oh yeah, Fedcoin. Yeah, I've heard about that now. There's so many of these cryptocurrencies. There's like hundreds of different ones, and I think Fedcoin's one they're trying to push. But yeah, it's just like scripted sports. Just 1, 2. It's about knowing what and when to do what with what. Fedcoin is the potential U.S. government-sponsored cryptocurrency could soon become a reality. U.S. economists have different theses pointing to the rise of Fedcoin, and guru Doug Casey has predicted that the American Federal Reserve will launch their own cryptocurrency soon. Fedcoin will have all benefits of cryptocurrencies, allowing low-cost, international, peer-to-peer transactions, and will act just as a new, modern form of cash. So then your federal government is just going to track your spending. Why do you want them to do that? I don't give a fuck if it's cryptocurrency. If it's anything from your federal government, they're going to use it to their own benefit. They're going to track you with it. They're going to... you really think they're going to... Oh, man. Scripted currency wars. Oh, yeah, that's true. So you can't grow the seeds. Yeah, they want you to not grow the food from the seeds at the stores. They spray to kill off gardens. They don't want you growing your own food. This is where we live. We live in a federal government where they don't want you growing your own food. Just insane. Yeah, I don't know if people believe that. Shit's, whatever the fuck his name is. No, guys, the guy from Japan didn't make... He didn't make Bitcoin. The Zionist Jews did. The petrodollar's failing. So now we have Bitcoin. Yeah, it's definitely a shame. Killing off the food. I wonder how much food Bitcoin can get you. And that's the thing is, are we going to be buying food from local farmers with Bitcoin? They're going to have like a phone or some kind of apparatus. I think what I'm trying to say with that is, guys, Bitcoin can blow up now to $1 million a fucking coin, the biggest thing ever. And I think the guy I was talking about earlier about the dollar, he said this too. It's so true though. Like, at the end of the day, what's in the biggest crisis, whatever turmoil, once the agenda's police state's coming more full force, What matters most is just having food, like being able to get something to eat and some shelter or something. I mean, this is obvious. It's not about how much, at the end of the day, it won't be how much Bitcoin worth. I mean, you're starving. Your federal government makes sure you can't grow food. And you need Bitcoin. No, you're going to want fucking an apple. An apple will be worth more than Bitcoin before you know it. That's the truth. I mean, I'm not an economist. Bitcoin can go to $8 billion and be like that for the next 20 years. But then that 21st year, it'll all crash by the numbers, and an apple will be more worth it. So, keep that in mind. So I'm going to end here. Definitely time for bed. Yeah, man. I mean, as long as I'm glad you can get your fruit, Brandon. It is shitty news. But at least you're eating fruit. I mean, most of these Americans don't even eat fruit. They've been propagandized to believe that you're supposed to be eating only 1 to 2 pieces of fruit a day, and any more is all this extra sugar and you get diabetes. It's just, and then people believe it because they're stupid. It's just hilarious. But thanks for eating a lot of fruit, Brandon B. Always a smart thing to do. It is a transition tool from stolen wealth. Yep, it'll take a dive to the next thing. And I think there's so many other cryptocurrencies and alt currencies. I mean, it's just a big mess. I mean, it's just fun. It's gonna be just watch and see, I guess. Again, if you know what you're doing, you can change your life for the better. Get out of the Zionist Jew tyranny by playing this bullshit system. I'm not one to stop you. Because either you do that or you can keep slaving for the Zionist Jews. But, that being said, at the end of the day, an apple more worth than Bitcoin. That is for sure. No doubt. Yeah, need water. Yeah, water. I think one without saying water, food and water. I think clean water, the most important. A glass of clean water will be more important than 100 Bitcoin that are worth $1 trillion each. Yeah, these pricks are everywhere. Yeah, maple syrup is more expensive than oil. That's what I'm saying. See, Clifford sees it too. Guys, we need to make a stand. We need to say we're done with this. We're done with the Bitcoin too. I think we don't need to be worrying about Bitcoin going to 12,000, become the next big thing. No. We need to worry about ending these tyrants. Last thing is like Bitcoin is just perpetuating this ongoing system anyway. Yeah, it's mentioned in Federal Reserve notes. And when those notes are pieces of shit, then what? Then it's just measured in Bitcoin. It's just measured in more faith. Like, what does that even mean? Is Federal Reserve notes are backed by nothing, and then Bitcoin value is measured by something that's backed in nothing? It's just ridiculous. And yeah, I'm saying it's not like I'm not one of those naysayers that says, "Oh, fuck Bitcoin," and then you see it several years down the road is doing so well, and you're laughing at me. No, yes, exactly. It's all bullshit. Let Bitcoin reach $1 trillion for a long time. I don't care. It is going to fuck you in the ass at one point. and you wish you had food and water instead. I mean, I just really cannot stress that part enough. You know, I'm not talking down on Bitcoin or anything. So like, I'm just being truthful. I mean, for the people that are just like, oh, I want my money, gotta get my money, I've got a Bitcoin. It's like, no, worry about fucking feeding yourself. There's tools to steal everything. Indeed. They're a bunch of thieves. I mean, that's what they are. A band of thieves. So, I'm going to end right there. Really good stream. Really glad I could do it. And Clifford, I haven't forgotten about that challenge your friend made. I do want to do that. And show him how he can, make up. I mean, my concern is if he doesn't even apply this knowledge and know how it really works. I don't know how. I mean, I think you said this too. Like, how would he put together something? But I mean, regardless, I'll be able to see real news versus fake. And by real news, I mean the real fake news versus the fake news he puts out to try to test me. Happy that he's trying to put this together. Yeah, I can make sure for him. Oh, no problem, man. Thank you for your efforts too, man. Guys, this guy put together a community to get us all together to share this knowledge. Really good place to post, especially for people who don't have a channel, who don't have a blog, but you want a platform. Oh, no problem. Thanks, Brandon D, for dropping by. Yeah, definitely. See if they're still down. No rush or anything, Cliff. But yeah, probably that'll be a good place to talk about this for sure. Nice, Brandon D. It's a good place to drop knowledge. I'm glad you joined. I'll be posting things there soon. I mean, it's gonna be all, but anything I'd ever post there, it'll always be my blog. I mean, so always make sure you can find it here, because this is just where I condense the notes. The 17th state, the big Q. All right, y'all. Well, have a good night. Peace out.